What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, today we're back to work on the 95 GSR that we just picked up last week. And I had asked you guys to comment down below what it is that you guys think we should do with this, and only one person said something. Out of 550 people that watched the video, only one person commented. Maybe he was the only person that made it that far, but thank you to Matt. He said that we should fix it and sell it, and truthfully, I have way too many cars and way too many parts stashed around. I think that's probably the best bet, and that's probably what we should do. So the car is all complete, and obviously, well, it's not all complete. Obviously, it was stolen. You know, it's missing some things here. I don't know. Don't mind the blur edges on the camera. Trying out a new lens today, and with my camera setup, it's just a little spaced out, so the edges are gonna get a little blurred, but I'll make sure to fix that for the next video. So obviously there's stuff missing in the engine bay, and that's about it. And well, besides the shifter and all that other stuff. The only other thing the car really needs is body work. And you know, we're gonna look at this because this is the worst. This is the worst of it here. So antenna delete here, trash. A quarter panel. Oh. Quarter panel is it's attached to the bumper here. So, yep, quarter panel. See if I can show you guys. It's a little dim in there, but quarter panel's it's missing some pieces. Luckily, I'm a fabricator, so we're gonna fix that. Today, we're gonna focus on taking care of the most important bodywork aspects of this. So it's gonna have some things in dense places. We'll take care of that later, but the most pressing things that we need to do first is gonna be address this rust. So, you know, we got this little thing here. Not too big of a deal, but that's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. That's a pretty big deal. And if we go over on this side, I think there's a couple bigger deals on this side too. So that's a pretty big deal. See, like it's, I don't know if you guys can tell the texture on that, but it's bubbling. Oh my God. Should we, for the purpose of this video, let's go inside, get a screwdriver, and let's see what that really looks like. Go through Brother Curvis's tools, flathead, because I think that somebody did a pretty good paint job, because the paint is actually pretty good. Like, the paint reflects really good, very minimal orange peel, but as they say, it's all in the prep work, and I think that's where this all went bad. So oh, that's not supposed to go in there. Oh God. Oh, see, that's pretty bad. There's probably like something in the paint here that allowed moisture to get in here, which is probably the reason why that looks like that. I think there's no rust here. Oh no, there's definitely rust right here. You guys see that? So there's some rust there. Oh God. Do I even want to remove? Oh my God. Oh my God. There's a whole lot of rust there. I don't even know if we got that piece. Had I not just done that, I would have probably done what Brother Curvis wanted me to do, and that was just literally put a motor in this car and just sell it as is. Try to recoup as much money as possible. But I have a problem. These are cars that are stolen, probably destined for the junkyard, and I like to bring them back to life and send them back out so somebody else can enjoy them. So for that reason, I'm gonna try to fix it. And you know, going down the whole bodywork paint aspect of this thing is gonna make it a lot longer, because we can easily put an engine in the engine bay and get it running in a day. So that, yeah, this is really concerning here. This is really concerning here. I wonder if this take this. Oh, this has a cover, but if this was loose, I wonder what that looks from behind. I think that I think that I already did a lot of talking, and that was devastating to see, but it's a lot of work, so I should stop talking and get to it. So, as you can see, I removed the side skirts, the wheels, the rear bumper, and the side skirts was actually, the stock side skirt was under the aftermarket side skirt with the self tappers, as you can see. It exposed a whole lot of damage in there. We're gonna look at it in a second. And then let's go on this side. So, the side skirt was hiding way too much. Which is crazy because on the other side you could see that that the car was painted like over the rust, or the car was painted before the rust. See, like, so like basically it was just bad body work, like bad work. Same thing with that. That's actually pretty interesting. So you can see, I just noticed this little crack right here. So you could definitely tell with the layers here that there's some body filler, then some metal. And if we come on the back now that I've removed the inner panel, you could see in there that there's some previous rust work. So what you're seeing is this is the stock, the original metal, and this is a patch. But when they welded this in, you could tell in the back they did no like sealant on the back end, so no cavity wax, no primer, nothing. So that was still susceptible to holding water, so that's why this is rusted up here. Luckily, it's not as bad as it looks on the other side, so you know, once I clean it up and get rid of this patch here, it should be a lot cleaner. Well, and now it's gonna be a lot cleaner, but it shouldn't be that much rust. So I'm expecting that if this hole is here, so the patch is probably just like down here, probably like right to here. We can't see this far in, but I'm assuming it's just like this here. What I was planning to do on the other side. However, in here, the rust doesn't look bad. Like this is still good here, this metal. So you know, this side would definitely wire wheel where, you know, wherever there's rust here. So we'll probably wire wheel. I mean, I definitely will wire wheel starting from here. Like we see, like there's still like more of this wavy stuff here, so that's more condensation buildup in there. So we'll definitely clean from maybe around here, and then we'll see if we have to keep cleaning up and address that. So you know, that's not too bad, and the rust here is pretty contained. Nothing in the back until we get down here, where basically the side skirt was holding the car together. Still not as bad as the other side, and you know, we'll you know, it's a little bit build up here, and then obviously underneath the I just realized I didn't remove this here. Let's quickly remove that. Pliers. Come in here. Oh, well, that came out a lot easier than the other side. Okay, so now we can see that there is some rust here, but I think that if we sand that down, clean it up, and maybe a little bit of fiberglass just to fill it in to match the rest, we should be good there. And here, down here, it looks like it's just realistically, like, you know, this is still solid here. This is still pretty solid. It looks like, well, talk about solid, huh? So, so we'll clean up in here as much as possible. Just probably, I'm thinking on this side, on the passenger side, we'll probably do a patch there and a patch down here, because it's not as bad. Which means, let's go look at the worst side. And that looks pretty bad. So for me to say, let's go look at the worst side, it means something. So, okay, so let's look at it. So this already, we looked at, we could tell there's just like a little piece here that's rusted. But what we didn't see is basically all this in here. all of this is completely rusted too. So the pinch weld is all done for. Coming off to the quarter panel here, some more. This is all done. You can see it's eating up here. This oxidation under the paint. Some here as well. A little bit here, none here. So it looks like whatever's causing the liquid is just kind of coming down this way, and ultimately spending the rest of his life down here before going straight through the metal. So if we look at it closely, we can see right inside the car there. That's literally the passenger side rear window. Yeah, so you could tell that this rust is a lot worse. So the other side is just kind of contained to down here maybe. Well, it's probably just as bad, but this one you go all the way through, and they didn't, you could tell looking at the exposed metal, they didn't do any rust prevention here like they did up here. So they just kind of painted over this and let it be. So that it's gonna entail more work. But like I showed you guys earlier, we do have 2 quarter panels. There's also this here. Let's take a look on the inside. See if we can see anything in there. No, it's like a little dent. See that? Focus. Alright, this is that little dent. And then the road. Now let's look at the donor pieces. So first one here, obviously you can tell by the gas cap, or what used to be the gas cap, that this is the driver's side. So unfortunately they cut this pretty poorly, where they went out, they just basically followed the body line underneath the rear window, cut across, and just cut in the rear hatch channel. You can tell that the cuts were not the cleanest, not the greatest. Some stuff here, but luckily we don't really need anything up here at all. And there's a little dent here. You guys can tell that. Now, it's hard to tell, it's pretty dirty, but there's a dent here. But what really matters, and the more I look at this, the worse it gets every time. So most importantly, the pinch weld is something that we need to save. The pinch weld here, this is unfortunate because we need this whole pinch weld. But again, I could probably remove as much as possible. Oh God, look at that. They cut the rear bolt off, but I could probably, hopefully I could clean that up with a welder. Because you know, we're planning on using it from right around here. This way, cutting down, and then when we get to this body line, we'll probably have to go all the way across into the door jamb just to clean this up. But you can tell that they didn't cut this all the way down either, which means I'm gonna have to, you know, create a little panel, try to bend it on the vise and create a panel to kind of fit this in and finish it up to the car. But what really matters is that there's no rust on this, terribly cut, and just creates a little bit more work for us, but we're already gonna be in there, so it doesn't pay at this point to go and buy another quarter panel. And looking back at the passenger side, luckily this side, they saved this whole piece, which is amazing. It looks like it's dented. It's 100% dented, but at least, you know, it's all here. So like, you know, we'll do the spot weld remover, take as much as we can, and you know, we'll probably use a couple of the spot welds in here. Well, that's not terrible, but we'll probably use maybe like 1, 2, or 3 spot welds just to help line this up when we patch this bottom piece there. And then if we look here, the quarter panel piece, where the other car had that patch that's rusted all the way through, this is completely metal, no rust at all. So we could use a patch out of here. So overall, the passenger side is the easiest one to handle. Not there's any less rust, but at least it's gonna be easier to handle. But I kind of need anybody with real body experience. I have legit zero bodywork experience, but you know, I've dabbled here and there. But I think that if you guys could comment now, please, and tell me what it is that we need to do and what the best route to go about this. I plan on painting the car myself, doing the body work myself, and the patch panels all by myself. We would like to try to fix that as properly as possible with the things that we have. So please let us know in the comments how we should address this, because this is where we're gonna have to be working on the next video. I was thinking, I came out here thinking that it was just gonna be, you know, a couple squares and just tack weld them in, but it's actually a lot more rust than I anticipated. And I don't think that, you know, just patching this here and then, you know, something down there is gonna suffice, just because there's so much rust on the entire pinch weld and it's coming out of the quarter panel. Like you can see inside the car through here. See right there, there was something green. That's inside the car. That's that cap right there. I would appreciate any input, all input. Just let us know in the comments. Guess in the next video we're gonna be doing some body work, so catch you guys then. Be sure to turn on your notifications, and see you guys on the next one.